Susan Docherty, and I'm the Vice President for Buick-Pontiac-GMC.
Susan, you're out of bankruptcy. Where do you go from here?
We had to demonstrate before we received any money that we could be a viable business and sustainable long-term and bring, to market products that consumers want to buy. And quickly, now that we're out of bankruptcy, is to deliver those positive business results. And when I say positive business results, we're talking about selling great products that have been reinvented from the ground up. I mean, we're reinventing our company, we're reinventing the car, and we're looking at our business in an entirely new way.
Your average buyer has been around 70 years old, is what I understand.
For the Buick brand, the average age of our buyer has been 70 years old. And when we introduced the Buick Enclave, the age of those buyers was in their mid-50s.
We're in the Buick LaCrosse today. Beautiful car. It's a global car. And you're going to be selling this in China as well. Where will it be produced?
The product will be produced in our plant in Fairfax, Kansas City. And what's really special about what's happening at Buick is that in the United States, we're going through a renaissance, of which our first chapter was Enclave and our second chapter is the Buick LaCrosse. But the Buick brand in China has always held a very special place in the heart of the Chinese. This was the car of the emperor. And, the Chinese culture had a lot of respect for the Buick brand. And what we find there is very young people are attracted to the brand. They're buying the brand. They're in their 20s, 30s, 40s. It's a brand that transgresses age. But here
we're in Michigan, and we're driving the Buick LaCrosse. I think when you're in Michigan, it really brings it home. It's 16% unemployment. They just announced it yesterday. And there's really a sense of urgency to get this right.
This industry dropping from what used to be a 17 to 18 million units on an annual basis to dropping less than 10, it doesn't matter what car company you're with, it affected everybody. And in terms of what our company went through, going through bankruptcy, it was a very tough thing, and it required shared sacrifice by all the stakeholders, whether they were bondholders, dealers, our employees, our UAW workers. It was a very difficult and painful experience, and one for which we don't want to ever have to do again. We're dedicated, we get it, we take very seriously that the government believed enough in our company to extend this lifeline to us. We know what's at stake. We know what the American public expects of us in terms of delivering great business results and building great cars, trucks, and crossovers. And I think we're going to prove it through our deeds, not just our words going forward.
When I am in Michigan, I really get the sense that the people that are working on this really have a feeling of obligation to all of the other General Motors employees.
It has been an educational experience, going through this process, and one for which every aspect of our company needed to be looked at to make sure that we could set ourselves up for success. We have a lot of very talented men and women in this company, as proven from our past successes, and we just need to we needed this lifeline to get back to greatness, and we think that by the mere fact that we were able to get out of bankruptcy a lot quicker than what we expected, we're creating a new culture at GM, and it's completely focused around product and customer focus, where our people will be taking risk, not silly risk, but the kinds of risks that are going to enable us to take the business to the next level. We're going to
pay those loans back.
And we're going to pay those loans back in full with interest.
Susan Docherty, thank you very much.